Hi everybody. Join with me as we journey through Lent toward the mystery of Easter. In the beginning, the baby was born. God chose Mary to be the mother of God. Listen carefully to the words. God chose Mary to be the mother of God. And the Word was born, a wordless child. When the baby looked up into the face of Mother Mary, he already saw the cross. And when the baby looked up into the face of Father Joseph, the cross was there too. Mother Mary and Father Joseph held the baby close. They kept the baby warm, and they gave the baby everything the baby needed to grow. And the baby began to grow. The baby grew and became a boy. When the boy was about 12 years old, he went with Mother Mary and Father Joseph and many other people from their village of Nazareth to the great city of Jerusalem to keep a high holy day. When the celebration was over, they went back out under the great high gate and they started on the road towards home. Suddenly, Mother Mary and Father Joseph discovered that Jesus wasn't with them. They thought that he had been playing with the other children from the village as they walked along. They hurried back to the great city of Jerusalem to look for him. They looked everywhere for Jesus. They looked in the dark and narrow streets. They looked in the marketplace where they bought their food. They looked where they spent the night. They looked everywhere. Finally, they even looked in the temple. And there he was. He was talking to the rabbis and the priests. And when he talked, they listened because he knew so much. And when they talked, he listened because he wanted to learn more. Finally, Mary and Joseph asked Jesus the question that all parents ask their children, the question that can never be answered. Why did you do this? Then Jesus said something very strange. Didn't you know that I would be in my Father's house? Mary and Joseph did not understand. Their house was in Nazareth, where Joseph's carpenter's shop was. They did not understand, but they would not forget. Jesus grew and became a man. When Jesus was about 30 years old, he went to the river Jordan where his cousin John was baptizing people. Can you see John? You can only see the back of his head. He was a wild man. Jesus waded out into the river until he became face to face with John. He said, "Baptize me." John looked at Jesus as if for the very first time. It was as if he could now see who Jesus truly was. "You are the Messiah, the one we've all been waiting for. You must baptize me." Jesus said, "No. It is written that you will come before me and prepare the way. Baptize me." Jesus went down into the darkness and the chaos of the waters. And when John lifted him back up into the light, there were people there that day that said they saw a dove come down from heaven and come close to him. There were other people there that day that said they heard a voice. The voice said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." After Jesus was baptized, he went back across the Jordan and into the desert. He stayed there for 40 days and 40 nights to discover more about who he was and what his work was going to be. Jesus went into the desert to discover more about who he was and what his work was going to be. He stayed there for 40 days and 40 nights. There was little to eat and little to drink. One day, Jesus heard a voice. It said, "Why don't you turn one of those stones over there into bread and have something to eat?" Jesus said no. To be a real human being, we need more than just bread to eat. And then suddenly, it was as if Jesus were standing on the highest temple in Jerusalem, and the voice came again. It said, "If you are truly the Son of God, why don't you jump and see if God will send his angels to catch you before you hit the stones below?" Jesus said, "No, we do not need to test God." Then it was as if Jesus could see all the kingdoms of the world. The voice came again, and it said, "If you follow me, I will make you king over all these kingdoms." Jesus said, "No, I am to be a king, but not that kind of king." Then the voice left him. Jesus went back out across the desert, and he began to do his work. But what was his work?